did you know that you can create professional-looking product mockups that you can actually use to sell? And you don't even need to have any design skills? Because that is exactly what I can do with the help of AI. And in this video, I'll show you step by step how you can implement these methods into your business and create product mockups on your own as well. Before I make a single product mockup, I need to build something else first. So what I will create is focused on a specific brand image. And for all of this, I'm using Higgsfield. It's an AI platform that has all of the world's best image and video generation models in one place. And I'll leave a link in the description so that you can follow along. And I'll also give away all of the prompts I use in this video for free. You can copy and test them out if you want. And the first thing I'll build is the brand logo, because every piece we generate will have this logo on it. So it has to be very clean and minimal. Now let's make it. First, I'll head up to the navigation bar at the top and click Image, which opens the image workspace. It starts with a model called Nano Banana Pro by default. So I'll click the model selector and switch it to GPT Image 2, since it's one of the best models for this kind of clean logo generation. Then I'll set the aspect ratio to 16:9 because I want the output to be in landscape mode and bump the quality up to 2K. You can also change it to 4K or 1K if you want, but 2K is the sweet spot between them. I don't choose 4K because it burns way more credits to generate native images at that resolution. And 1K doesn't feel enough because if I use the image in an editing software and I need to do something with the logo, the image will pixelate. And that is something I don't want. And I'm not attaching any reference images for this one because the logo is the very first thing I'm making, so there's nothing to reference yet. If you have any specific type of styles or designs you want embedded in the logo, uploading some images of your inspirations will be really helpful. And to really see why doing this with AI is worth it, think about how you'd make just one of these mockups the old way. In Photoshop, a single product mockup took around 20 separate steps. You'd cut out the object, turn your design into a smart object, warp it around the shape, and add a clipping mask. Then you'd stack layer after layer with different blend modes for the shadows and the highlights, adjusting the opacity on each one. And all of that was just for one product. With AI, that entire process turns into a logo and a prompt. Now to make one ourselves, I'll paste in my prompt and hit generate. And honestly, our logo turned out to be very minimal and nice overall. You might also notice that our logo has no text around it. It's actually on purpose because it helps the logo sit on any type of surface. And it doesn't cause many problems like texts do. And here's what's really happening when you hit that generate button. Most AI tools start with a messy picture full of random dots, and then they slowly clean it up bit by bit until your picture shows up. Your words are what tell it what to clean the mess into. GPT Image 2 does it a little differently. Instead of cleaning up a mess, it builds the picture up carefully, one small piece at a time. That's why its images come out sharper and why it's so good at getting little details and text right. You can also generate one of these if you want. If you already have a running business, you probably have product mockups. But a logo on its own is still not a product, and there's a little trick you can do to make sure the logo stays consistent across all the images you generate. So the first product I'll use this logo on is a mug. To begin with, I'll make a clean reference sheet of that product. So to make it, I'll keep the settings the same as we did before, but this time I'll click the plus icon in the prompt box and upload our logo as the reference. Then I'll paste in the design sheet prompt and hit generate. As you can see, it's a plain white mug on a simple background, and it has the logo on the front and pretty much nothing else. And that is exactly what we want for this type of reference sheet, and the logo is cleanly printed on top of it. A mug usually has a very solid ceramic surface, and it really helps us to see how anything printed over it will behave on other surfaces as well. Next, I'll create a styled shot using the reference image. This time I'll upload the reference sheet instead of the logo in the prompt box and paste in this prompt and generate. We've got a really nice image here where our product is displayed on a cafe shelf, and it nicely blends in with the other products too. But these types of images are usually there to showcase how your product blends in with your everyday environment and give you a good idea if you should buy it yourself or not. And because our environment in the image is really high quality and gives off a luxurious vibe, as a result, my own product looks elevated because of it, and it makes it feel like a valuable item. Also keep in mind to generate the environment according to the product you are promoting. Otherwise, it will look very weird. For example, if I had put my mug somewhere in the middle of a green jungle, it would look weird because the white mug and the jungle is not something that usually goes together. So in order to use these types of photos to sell the product, we need to make sure the product and the environment in the image go along with each other. Moving on to our next image following the exact same steps, I'll change the prompt but keep the reference image as it is. Then I'll paste this one in and hit generate. This one's a lot simpler. Our mug is lit by a spotlight, so it's the main subject of the whole image and a lot more noticeable than the previous one. Now, the reason I upload the reference image before every generation is that if I don't, the AI regenerates the mug every single time. And as we create more images, it starts to hallucinate and distort our product and the mock-up itself. The reason is, every time it regenerates, it doesn't fully copy what it created before. Instead, it gradually changes tiny bits of the image until it looks completely different from what we originally intended. So the ideal thing to do is to always use a reference image first for anything you want to stay consistent across your generations, because it will let the AI copy the exact thing every single time it does something, and as a result, our reference doesn't get changed. And you can vary the way you want the mug to be shown pretty much infinitely, because there's no limit to how you want to showcase the product. And the same method works on fabric too. But fabric folds and creases, and it's not a hard surface like a mug, so putting the logo on it cleanly gets a bit trickier. So let's try that same method on a hoodie and see how it handles the fabric. The steps here are exactly the same as the mug. So to begin with, I'll click the plus icon and upload our logo again. I'll keep the same settings, then paste in the hoodie reference sheet prompt. And what I got is pretty similar to our previous reference sheet. It's just a plain image showcasing our product. Next, I'll swap the reference over to that sheet we just generated. Then I'll paste in this prompt and hit generate. As you can see, a person is wearing our hoodie and they are posing like a model, but our product and the logo on top of it isn't distorted and it doesn't really look weird. And these types of photos are really useful for posting on social media or using as catalog images to sell the product. Then I'll follow the exact same steps again. I'll keep the reference sheet the same and just change the prompt, then hit generate. This one is pretty similar to our reference image, but it showcases our product a lot more professionally, and overall it looks really clean. So the logo held its spot without looking weird on the fabric, and it also didn't change when worn by a person. So far, the logo has been the only branded detail on our product, and in the next one, I'll add a few more. So let's move on to a suitcase this time. The steps are exactly the same as before. So I'll upload the logo and keep the settings the same. Then I'll paste in the suitcase reference sheet prompt. And as you can see, we have a very plain image of a suitcase with our logo on it. But this time, our suitcase has matching color strips running through the middle. And it also has an engraving of our logo in the corner, which is a really nice touch. This also gives the suitcase a better personality and branded feel to it. In this way, the logo is not the only variable which we can add in our product. Now for the styled shots, I'll swap the reference over to the suitcase image. Then I'll paste in this prompt and hit generate. The image is looking like a product shot, and overall it looks really clean and aesthetic, and it feels like it was taken in a professional studio with a real model. These types of images are excellent for using in social media campaigns because of how good and fashionable they look. Next, I'll keep the reference the same and just change the prompt and hit generate. In this image, our suitcase really blends in with the environment, and this works as a lifestyle interior product shot, which I really like. These types of images help a person to think how it would feel to use the product themselves, and it works better than a polished ad explaining to them why they should buy it. They also help to clarify the product's actual size, how it is used, and how it behaves in a real environment. Now, before you actually sell or print any of these, there's one quick step worth doing. The mockups we made are at 2K, which looks great on screen, but if you're putting a design on a real physical product or listing it in a store, you want it as sharp as possible. So I'll take a finished mockup and run it through Image Upscale, another tool inside Higgsfield, and bump it up to a clean 4K. And once it's upscaled, it's ready to drop straight into a print-on-demand store like Printful or Printify, where the mockup becomes the actual product photo customers see before they buy. So even with 3 separate branded details on top of it, the suitcase stayed consistent across both of our generations. But up to this point, every mockup we have made has been an image. So let's change that. So let's take one of these finished mockups and turn it into an actual product ad. For this, I'll head over to Marketing Studio, another tool built into Higgsfield that turns a product into ready-to-post video ads without any editing. The flow is really simple. I'll just add our finished mug mockup as the product and choose a style, and it builds the whole video for me. Each one comes out with a variable setting, ready to post straight to social media. For generating my own video, I will click the product button and add my product manually, which is going to be the mug. I will pick Classic meets Modern as the style, set the aspect ratio to 9:16 and the duration to 10 seconds. I will hit generate without a prompt. Our video turned out to be pretty nice and minimal, and honestly, it really shows the product properly, which is what I wanted. And if you notice this video looks a little bit unusual, that is actually intentional, because something unique in the world where everyone is busy pushing polished ads will always be able to attract buyers better if the video is done right. Keeping the product visually focused in a promotional video is also essential because the human brain processes visuals faster than text. A sharp, clear product, which is the main focus on the video, bridges the gap between seeing an item and understanding its value, allowing consumers to visualize how it solves their specific problems. So keeping that in mind, let's create our next video. I'll keep the same product and just switch to the UGC style and hit generate.
Okay, this swirl mug is my new favorite. Sturdy, glossy, and it makes every coffee feel special.
The video looks like an actual influencer is talking about her product and giving it a walkthrough, so it's really useful for businesses if they want to do influencer marketing type videos. And these types of videos are much more likely to reach a wider audience organically rather than pushing for ads by dumping money on them. The reason they are really effective is because they bypass the skepticism that goes through a person's mind when they first see a product. On top of that, our video is showing the person actually using the mug, which is a key magnet to attract buyers, and a polished brand ad simply cannot replicate it easily. So from just one logo, we built a full set of mockups across 3 products, and even turned one into a ready-to-post product ad, all in one platform with no Photoshop and no design skills needed. And you can run this exact same system on whatever you're selling. So sign up to Higgsfield with my link in the description and make your first mockup from your own logo. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.